Namaskar. I'm Dr. Jyotiram Vice Chairman in Geography, Savitribai, Pune University, Pune, and Head Department of Geography, Bharatiya Jain Sanghatana, Art, Science and Commerce College, Wagholi, Pune. Today, I'm talking on water management for sustainable agriculture development. This is the importance of water management in crop production. Water is one of the most important inputs essential for the production of crops. Plants need to continuously during their life and in huge quantities. It strongly influences photosynthesis, respiration, absorption, translocation, and utilization of mineral nutrients and cell division besides some other processes. Both in storage and excess affects the growth and dependent of a plant directly and subsequently its yield and quality. Rainfall plants in our India, however, rainfall is especially capricious, causing floods and droughts. Alternative artificial water supply through irrigation on one occasion and the removal of excess water through drainage on another occasion. Therefore, become imperative if the crops are to be raised successfully. Water management in India thus comprises irrigation on or drainage or both, depending considerably on the environmental conditions, soil, crops, and climates. This is the Indian situation. Uh, Very good innovative photo I have given here. Groundwater is the major source of water in our country, with 85% of the population is directly dependent. But groundwater table declined 33 centimeter per year, and this is dangerous for us. Soil erosion is the main problem in this world, and in India, 12 tons per hectare per year soil eroded. We usually grow different crops on 1 to 1.5 feet soil, but when the same soil is carried away, the farm because barren. Also, it takes hundreds of years for such soil to form. Soil, uh, soil conservation is essential. Groundwater is not a permanent source, but our farmers do not understand this. They think they will find a living spring, but we use this water as groundwater only when it rains in the percolate. Here I would like to give an example. If you have 10,000 of in your bank account and you give a check of 20 to 25,000 rupees to another, the check will be bounced. This means that there is no groundwater, so the bore wells are bouncing. Then these are the challenges in front of us. In this first picture, one child, one boy, is drinking dirty water. That means you don't get safe drinking water. In the second picture, the condition to get water from a well by pouring a tanker into it is still going on. Such a situation is presently in Marathwada region, Western Maharashtra also, and many parts of the Maharashtra and India also. The third picture is a symbol of drought, you know that. And the last picture is that women have to do the homework, housework, and these are the also challenges. Industry. The water coming out of many factories is not purified. It is discharged without any treatment. The pollutants, the groundwater and the surface water, pollution, various types of pollutions are increased day by day. Groundwater depletion rate is declined 33 centimeter per year. It's a big challenge in front of us. Land also degraded is major problem in tropical region due to heavy rainfall in the tropical region. Soil degradation is high. Health problems are one of the most important using issues facing the world today. After all, the crops is the field are being destroyed. Farming is over now. These are also challenges: global warming and climate change. 2030, India will become a water stressed nation in 10 millions due to excess arsenic in groundwater. Out of these 6.3 lakh rural schools, only 44% have water supply facilities. But that total water is not purified and good for health. Half of all Indian children are hungry, and half of all adult women suffer from anemia. These many types of problems are in front of is worse. But now solution is very important. Progress is the must, but environment is the first. Then this is the first solution: National River Linking Project. The project predicts the transfer of water from the water excess basin to the water deficit basin by interlinking 37 rivers of India by a network of almost 3,000 storage dams. This will form a gigantic South Asian water grid. There are two components to these projects: Himalayan components and Peninsular components. Then this is a very huge project, but there are many disturbances are there. Now, which is the another solution? CCT. CCT means continuous control trenches. Continuous control trenches is dug at a right angle to the slope. Continuous trenches are planned along contour lines so that water flowing downhill is stopped in the tracks by the trenches, and water percolation into the soil belong in facilitate. The exhausted soil after digging the trenches is used to plant grass, leguminous, and the like. This will stabilize the soil around the trenches. The roots and foliage of a vegetation will help trap sediments that would overflow from the trenches during heavy rainfall. The water that percolate through the trenches provide soil moisture for crops cultivated after rainfall, and perhaps extended even the dry season. It can be directly pumped out the irrigation or adjusted from shallow wells in the area. Dr. Vasant Takalkar was the founder of CCT. He has given training to all our NSS program officers in Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. He was a forest officer. He, he work was very good. After 2 3 months in rainy season, this true uh, ident- identity will come to you from those pictures. And these types of pictures are here. Means what is mean by the benefits of CCT? CCTV is continuous control trenches. Soil conservation, soil loss became nil. Every drop of water is held, no surface runoff. Barren area gets permanent biomass cover and soil is protected. Increase groundwater level, good soil moisture, and good groundwater available in wells and tanks. Prevention of floods and increase in life of dam by avoiding silting. No displacement of communities, hence no rehabilitation cost. Increases fodder resources for cattle and livestock. Increases in biomass as well as agriculture production. Guaranteed mass employment in rural people at their doorstep. Land value definitely increases. Stop migration to cities in search of livelihood. Decentralization and democratic water management increases crop intensity and biodiversity. Women free from bribery and finding and fetching water fuel and order from distances. Clean water for drinking will be available. Evaporation losses are negligible as compared to tanks and dams. This is the methodology of continuous control trenches, creating an awareness among the local community about the benefits of CCQ, seeking the active participation of the community right from the planning stage, assuring them the instead water availability and share in biomass produce such as fodder, fuel, medical herbs, gums, honey, fruits, etc. Training of the youth in CCT, including result demonstration, laying out contours with contour marker, digging continuous trenches along the contours, rising of seedling in nursery, repelling the contour trenches, protection and maintenance of the plantation. In next solution, a model for sustainable agriculture development of Mange Dam in Karnataka. The University Grant Commission had given me 3 lakh rupees for this project. From that, I have completed this project. This is the introduction of this project. Maharashtra is one of the leading states in irrigated agriculture. There are so many small to big size dams, canals, veins, tube have been constructed for water supply to agriculture land. Maharashtra state has also achieved irrigation up to 17% net zone area according to 2011 census. There are several issues associated with irrigation facilities. Improper use and maintenance of irrigation has contributed significantly to the positive and negative impacts. It is necessary to carry out micro level study to understand positive and negative impacts of irrigation. For this, village level data have been analyzed by selecting a study region. The study mainly aims to understanding details of irrigated agriculture by carrying out impact assessment. This would be about to design proper strategies to minimize effects of irrigation without compromising agricultural output. The study would adopt quantitative approach and attempt to understand farm level and village level issues. The village Mangi of Karmanatasi is Solapur district is one of the drought affected village in the state. It shows all the characteristic features of the drought conditions. Very low agriculture output with high degree of uncertainty has affected the process of capital formation. The region is suffering from scarcity of water for both agriculture and domestic use. Details of the scheme of supply of water. The height of dam is increased in view of geographical situation for concerned catchment area. Now, in this dam, total storage of water is near about 20.36 square cubic meter, and it's used to 3,117 hectares of land. But now, demand of total irrigation area is more than 16,000 hectares. There, farmers are not satisfied. There is pressing demand for improving irrigation system. Total 17 villages are beneficiaries of this dam. This is the study area. This is the map of study area in Karmana Tehsil. Is located in northwestern side of Solapur district. Mangi is only 4 kilometers from town. This is the map of study area. Work of the dam. This dam's work will start in 1897. This is on Konsila. So in British rule, because there was a drought, then British not poisoning the people by giving them anything for free. Today, many people have different amounts in their accounts. This is not a good future for India. This dam This was followed by repeated drought in 1899, then 1906, then 1922. It is mentioned on the Ponsila of the dam. Dam work was done again, but nothing was completed. India finally became independent in 1947. In the next few years, there was a big drought in 1951-52. The government of India resumed work on the dam and completed it in 1955. Irrigation was started from 1965 by constructing both of the canals, right bank and left bank canal, in 1962. Work of the dam began 1987, but the work of this dam is cover a maximum area of 3,100 hectares. But at present, on this dam has an area about 20,000 hectares. This reduced water availability. People do agitations, but since there is no water in the dam, the government cannot do anything. So I come up with a plan, which is if we can close the canals and take the water out of the big pipeline, after that, every farmer will get water for this crop only through drip irrigation. This will reduce 40% evaporation and 10% percolation. Means 50% water we will save. For this, all this will be handled from one roof. For this, GIS GPS system will be used and to develop irrigation central control system. This means that if a farmer break a pipe and takes water, he will be analyzed online directly. Therefore, this water will be sufficient for 20,000 hectares. And then these are the objectives. The major objectives of the study have been outlined as below. First objective is to study the geographic setup at micro level, then to study the market prices of agriculture products, then to increase economical condition of farmers, then to apply suitable method to evolve cost-effective cropping pattern based on available land, soil, and water resources. And then last objective is that to suggest a strategy for sustainable agricultural development based on optimum use of water for each micro region. And this is the methodology. First, the central market system. A central market should be the main wholesaler, fresh fruits, vegetable market, serving of some cities, namely Pune Central Market provides an effective wholesalers and efficiently marketing distributions, hub ensuring consumers will have ready access to fresh foods and vegetables. Then the central employment system. The stall holders are there, the stall systems are there, fruits and vegetable purchased on farm places. The fruits and vegetable distribution by low, medium, and high quality. Then to develop all types of transportation system and to develop irrigation central control system and to develop all types of system also. Then we will study on cropping pattern. This is the methodology, which is very important. There needs to visit and survey the concerned farmers in the surrounding area. The requirement of nutrients, disease, pest attacks, and preventive measures, selection of seeds, variety, etc., will be understood by conducting brainstorming session with experts in the field. And these types of brainstorming session again and again will be taking there. Then we will study the market study, the study of price fluctuation for the desired agriculture products in local, regional, and national markets will be carried out to understand the seasonal trends. With help of proper statistical tool, it can be possible to decide profitable harvesting season for a particular crop. This kind of exercise will be useful to minimize the risk. Then, participatory approach, and this methodology is a very important. The system of sustainable agriculture development can be strengthened by adopting participatory approach. The entire planning process will be kept transparent. The concerned farmers will decide the cropping pattern, market center in which goods are to be sent, whether to ensure processing unit, etc. The consultant role will be limited to distribute knowledge about alternatives. For this continuous dialogue with the farming community and with the experts is necessary. In risk analysis, we will study to risk analysis. The suggested scheme of agriculture involves risk due to non-availability of water, labor, market, timely credit, technology failure, non-cooperation by some members of the group, etc. We would like to address this issue. The risk analysis will be carried out using related information and proper technique suitable for the given situation. Then, monitoring progress. This kind of scheme needs monitoring to avoid failures. It is proposed to establish local community to review the progress and to predict probable problems. The experts will be continuously in touch with the committee. In addition to this, experts will take the review by conducting dialogue with randomly selected farmers. Usually, management tools like review access, global setting, action may be applied for achieving continuous progress. And this is the first successful story I would like to present here in our Solapur district. There was no rain till mid-June and July. So the Kharif crop was wasted. So an old friend of mine called me and asked for financial help. I asked him why. This is saying he want to reduce weeds in the field and cultivate the field. There are at least 40 to 45 days left for the Rabi crops, and we have sorghum, means jawar, as an main crop in this region. So we need to cultivate the land. He said, I'm talking some certificate courses along with degree in college. Some of these courses of the 10 days to 30 days, can't you grow short duration crop in the field like that? I have I have been farming for 25 years. So he told me that you don't know anything about farming. I told him to farm as I say. Finally, he said yes, and according to what I told him to brought coriander, means kothimir, from the market and plant coriander in 4 acres. Over the next 35 days, a very good coriander was produced. The aroma of the coriander permanently the region. The merchants reached there. The price of the Judy of the offer was more than 50,000 rupees, 50 rupees. As a result, he earned he earned rupees 4.5 lakhs on only a 4 acres of the land. I donated that amount for NAM Foundation because he have given me a consultancy fee of 10,000 rupees. He showed that the proper guidance will given a place, it can be beneficial in the way. This my first success story I published in the daily newspaper. Then the drip irrigation system, water flows through narrow pipeline buried in the ground and drip through small helps near plant roots. The plant is sustainable sustained by the water absorbed by the roots. With the strategy, there is no water wastage because less water is lost by evaporation, runoff, and wind. Some benefits of these systems are water is concerned through optimizing soil moisture. For plant health, direct watering of plant roots is necessary. Weeds development is inhibited because water is supplied directly to plants rather than being distributed throughout the field. Bacterial growth is minimized since the space around the plant is dry. Then satellite yield estimation. Physical green has historically focused on physically visiting and absorbing practices adopting by farmers. We are running a feasibility study which will test whether satellite-based yield estimation are a viable tool for, for assessing yield by validating it against our in-person verification in partnership with Stanford University is Dr. David Rowe. Then Farmer Book. Farmer Book is an open access platform that displays detailed timeline-based activities of the farmer we have worked with, along with village, villagers plotted on Google Maps. The application stimulates healthy competition among partners, village facilitators, and community members through the sharing of performance data and community feedback. Then look, in these types of many softwares we are using our app-based logistics service for farmers called Loop, exploring potential model for farm to market linkages that can be made sustainable with farmers willing to pay for the increase, convenience, and better prices. It is currently being spun off and as dependent social enterprises. An interactive voice response. Digital green components it video approach of broadcasting information by integrating other technology channels to its program. One of them is interactive voice response. Then interactive voice response helps establish direct contact with our beneficiaries who can now be reached anytime, anywhere in a cost-effective manner using even a future phone. Then market engagement to improve income gain from production gains. Smallholders, farmers need to sell their produce as effectively as possible for the best possible price without having to take time away from farming or their families. To take this possible digital green directly or mobile app-based logistics service to sell farmers fresh produce in Bihar and Bangladesh. We can start this service in our area also. Mobile courseware or video-based mobile courseware developed keeping in mind the training needs of frontline worker in made available in 6 languages. The Android app developed by Microsoft Research hosts contents related to agriculture and nutrients uses to help keep track of the learning curve. In Kisan Diary is also important. This is an Android app developed by Digital Green for farmers to capture, analyze, and control their financial data and manage their farming and household expense better. This first of its kind personal utility app made especially for farmers provides a free, safe, and secure service in 4 languages. The app provides crop and time-based profit loss analysis. We have started in Marathi language also in local language. Actionable weather forecast in Andhra Pradesh, India. We provide actionable weather forecast weekly, village level forecast paired with specific advisory for groundnut farmers, which is especially critical for farmers in dryland areas. Although some farmers were issuing SMS-based weather forecasting, They typically didn't know what the forecast meant for their crop or what action they should take in there. Then, soil moisture sensor for watering system. Moisture sensor measuring or estimate the amount of water in the soil. These sensors stationary, stationary or portable, such as handle probes. Stationary sensors are placed at the predetermined location and depth in the field, whereas portable soil moisture probes can measure soil moisture at several locations. Therefore, water will be released only when needed. Then crop sensors also use. Crop sensor help apply fertilizers in a very effective manner, maximize uptake. They sense how your crop is feeling and reduce the potential leaching and runoff into groundwater. Instead of making a perception fertilizers map for a field before you go out to apply it. Crop sensor tell applications equipment how much to apply in real time. Optional sensors are able Optical sensors are able to see how much fertilizers a plant may need based on the amount of light reflected back to the sensor. Then, what technology is farming? Today's agriculture routinely use sophisticated technologies such as robots, temperature, moisture sensor, aerial images, and GPS technology. These advanced devices and accuracy agriculture and robotic systems allow businesses to be more profitable, efficient, safer, and more environmentally friendly. Then, detail of the scheme of water supply. The height of dam is increased in view of geographical situation or concerned catchment area. Now in this dam, total storage of water is near about 3,000 hectares of the land, but now demand of total land is near about more than 16,000 hectares. Their farmers are not satisfied. They are facing demand for the improving irrigation system. These following 17 villages are the beneficiaries of the dam. Due to the height of the dam, there is no need of electricity. Farmers in all 17 villages will get water at fully pressure. With these 17 villages means total irrigated area is 16,400 hectare and net zone area is 19,000, means near about 20,000. Means this and the one success story. This also is published in daily newspaper. One of my alumni student of my college come to me uh, one day and told me, sir, I can't take further education now. My financial education is also not good. uh, Financial condition is not also good. Since I want to run my family, I have decided to start small businesses. I want to, and you have taken uh, for that on rent basis. I'm going to take a short term crop of vegetables and sell at a Wagholi market initially. uh, he is going to go to business. There is renting some more plots. I was so happy. I immediately let him use our plot. He started his business vigorously. It now has more than 300 workers, more than 20 different types of vehicles, and a net profit of at least 5 lakh rupees per month. And the plot is one of the lease basis and it is providing employment to many. I have raised it directly in front of the NAC committee because I was a NAC coordinator of that time, and I was saw that they were assumed my this is my success story that was published in daily newspaper. Then this is the comparative study between canal irrigation system and pipeline with drip irrigation system. So as follows. Canal irrigation system. It's 40% evaporation because of open water. But pipeline with drip irrigation, there is a 0% evaporation of the close water. Then 10% percolation because of canal irrigation. But here is the in pipeline with drip irrigation, 0% percolation. Then third, lot of soil erosion because of canal irrigation. Water runoff is more, but in pipeline with drip irrigation, no soil irrigation. And fourth, loss of farmers' time because canal irrigation where farmers' time is more lost. But in pipeline with drip irrigation, save the farmers' time. Farmers' time. Then fifth, again and again expenditure for canal irrigation, but one-time investment. Pipeline with drip irrigation. Then six, some land occupied for banks, no lands. There is not needed for land. Then seven, protection is less by traditional method, means canal irrigation. Protection is less is increased by modern method for irrigation. And eight, it is costly for pesticides and fertilizers, but some pesticides, fertilizers can give to distributed by centralized system to drip irrigation. The waste of fertilizers is reduced by 50% also. In nine, seed germination is improved. Seed germination is better improved. In 24-hour no water in canal irrigation, but 24-hour water should be available in drip irrigation with full pressure. No good cultivation in canal and canal irrigation, but cultivation is good and highly in pipeline drip irrigation. And then lot of water wastage for canal irrigation, but no water wastage in pipeline or drip irrigation. So pipeline and drip irrigation is the better than the canal irrigation. And then disadvantage of drip irrigation. This is very few disadvantage. Means initial cost is high, may cause blockage of if water is not filtered correctly. Problem is moisture distribution and salinity decay. If this project is to be implemented, the government should provide a grant of rupees near about 500 crore. 1 acre will cost 50,000 for drip irrigation. For this, if every farmer given a subsidy in the form of loan, he will reply the loan of the government on time. In this way, the project will come true. Thus, the project was successfully completed. We can do the same with other dams in India. Importantly, this agriculture model will become world famous. And then Sakar daily newspaper have given me my interview and published this, who is Dr. Mogre, which 17 villages are there, and what is meant by the his model. So Sakar have taken the given me publicity, and thank you very much. So Dr. Mane have given me this opportunity, and you have your patience. So I thank you very much.